Nee, ze gaan hem toch laten verkleinen.
Ja, haar tong valt zo eruit, dus ik heb haar tong terug naar binnen gekregen en ik heb dat gewoon,
This suspected COVID-19 victim has been left in the morgue for 72 hours to decontaminate. Funeral director Annelies Hees is hoping to prepare the woman for a family viewing, but it's become impossible because the body is too decomposed.
Dus we gaan hem beter doordoen, hè?
Ja?
Ja. Nee, maar dat is niet meer mogelijk, joh. Ik zal even bij de familie gaan dan en het een uitleg. The body was already too far to do something.
So that's sad for you.
Yeah, very
sad
sad.
for the family.
Yeah, it's the feeling that I'm failing because I really wanted that the children can say goodbye to their mom on a nice way. But so the family is all waiting 3 days with the feeling that maybe they can see her again, and now we have to tell them that they have waited for nothing.
Belgium is struggling to cope with the second wave of the pandemic and currently has the worst infection rate in the European Union. In the past month, cases have increased exponentially, and more than 4,200 people have died. In late October, the government imposed a strict national lockdown to stop the spread of the disease and relieve pressure on the healthcare sector.
Uitvaartzorg met Annelies. Klopt, inderdaad. Ik heb dat gelezen, Danny, maar ik moet eerlijk zeggen, het is hier al zodanig druk geweest dat ik nog geen tijd heb gehad om dat allemaal bij te werken. Dus ik ga...
How has your work changed this year because of the coronavirus pandemic?
For the beginning, it was what I missed the most. It was the contact with people, because giving a hug to someone who is crying or just take their arm and say, okay, it will be fine. Also, normally when there are people coming here, we have like a chat for 3 hours because sorry, I have to take the phone again. Sorry.
Hello, Jan.
Ja, klopt.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Can we come in? All right.
Jan van Landegem has been an ICU nurse for 18 years and was on the front line during the first wave in April.
How did everything change early this year when the pandemic came to Belgium?
Oh, at first it was kind of thrilling. It was something new, and there was a buzz everywhere. What is going to be? How much patients will there be? Will it be like in Italy when we're totally overwhelmed? We were ready for it. We lived a bit on adrenaline.
You know, do you still have that kind of adrenaline, that kind of energy to fight this virus?
It diminished a lot. Yeah.
It diminished?
Yeah, of course.
It's not as high as it once was?
No. We're still fighting. We're gonna do it. We have to do it. We have no choice. But the enthusiasm is not as great as it was in the first wave. When you see the curves going up and they say maybe within 2 weeks it will be double, then I don't know. Then it's like war.
In there we have to change. Should we go do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Infection of the hands.
Yeah, always.
Van Landegem works an 8-hour shift on the ICU ward of Ghent's largest hospital.
We use one mask for a whole shift.
So it seems you've really figured out how best to do this whole process.
In the
Over the
first
months.
wave it was very, and now it's like routine, like putting on your shoes.
When a patient suffering from COVID makes it to your ward, what are the chances of survival?
With us here in intensive care, I think we have a fatality rate of 10-15%, I think. Yeah. Globally, in the first wave, it was 1 out of 3 who died in intensive care.
There's a shortage of ICU beds in Belgium, so patients from all over the country are being sent to hospitals that have space. It adds complication for medical staff because Belgium is a trilingual country with Flemish, French, and German spoken in different regions.
Mais tu dis aux autres familles parce que c'est un peu difficile, tout en français aussi, c'est un peu difficile pour nous, pour ceux.
This ICU is now only treating COVID-19 patients. There are just 14 beds, and most receiving care are intubated and in medically induced comas.
So already just walking in here feels very intense. There's
That's our normal...
beeps all over the place, people are running back and forth. How close are you to being overwhelmed here in this COVID ward?
Well, we are full. We can't put more beds here.
You're totally full.
We're totally full.
Today, Van Landegem is caring for a patient who's been in the ICU for more than 10 days.
Yesterday he was intubated, didn't go well, needed a lot of oxygen, so we put him on his belly. He's in coma, he is sedated, he gets a cocktail of painkillers, sleep medication.
So he's really fighting for his life in there, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Can you just give us a sense of how serious the situation here is?
It's very critical, but the big problem is to have trained personnel. So we are currently training people which are not regularly involved in the ICU, giving them a speed course in ICU and in COVID care to be able to cope with the inflow.
Belgium is a rich country. It has a very robust healthcare system. How did it become so critical in this country?
So we have had the first wave, and then we have a loosening of the measures to get back to more or less normal. And then we had the first signs that the second wave was coming. But in the beginning, these are very subtle signs. The government was very hesitant to take firm measures.
Do you think the government should have taken action when those small signs appeared?
Yes, certainly in retrospect, but it could have been predicted. So it's not enough to say you should do that. You have to control people. You have to be sure that people really do what's needed.
Steven van Gucht is Belgium's Anthony Fauci. He balances the government line with telling Belgians the straight facts about the pandemic, including why they're back in lockdown.
As a top virologist in this country, you know better than most that this second wave was coming for a long time.
Yes.
Why did the government not shut down things earlier?
It's because of public pressure, but also pressure from academia that were minimizing, downplaying the risks. They said we can learn to live with the virus. It's possible to control it with a limited amount of measures, and a little bit of spread is okay. We don't need to overreact.
Are you worried about the long-term effects that a prolonged lockdown might have on people in this country?
Of course. On the mental health of people, education of the children, also on the economy. People have some amount of freedom, but you need to find the right balance. I think in summer it worked relatively well, but now in autumn and winter the conditions have changed, and perhaps we need to be more strict now because the virus can spread more easily.
Beautiful day today, though, huh?
Yeah. It's also something that infects the feelings of people, the weather. If you have like rain, it makes it more sad than you have sunshine.
Yeah.
At the moment, Hees runs around 10 funerals a week. She has to navigate the new government restrictions, which limit the number of people who can attend.
We decided to have a live stream. Then we will take the flowers and we will place them.
It's a very big space here.
Yeah.
It can easily hold more than 15 people.
Yeah, much more. Normally like 200, 250 people. Now it's 15, and when they enter this hall, then we have to tell them that they have to take care of the distance.
So pretty much like one person to a bench almost, yeah?
Indeed.
How long do you think you can continue doing your work in this way?
In this way, I hope not so long, because for me it's surviving now.
The cases are so high in Belgium.
Yeah.
Winter is now just starting.
I know.
We're in our second lockdown here in Europe.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to end anytime soon.
No, not at all. So yeah, we can just hope and pray. And when it's taking longer, then we just stay strong and we do what we can do.
Hees is in business with her husband, Bart van Lent. They often work in different parts of town, dealing with the growing number of people who've recently passed away.
Unlike Annelies, you've been doing this undertaking work your whole life.
Grootouders, ouders zijn allemaal begrafenisondernemers. Ik ben erin opgegroeid van kinds af aan.
Did you ever think that you'd have to come to the mortuary dressed like this and put on these suits?
Nee, niet in een mortuarium. Iemand die een zelfmoord doet of van een verkeersongeval, dat je dat aandoet, dat is normaal, dat is logisch. Maar in gewone omstandigheden, mensen die sterven in een ziekenhuis, laat staan aan een COVID, om hier dan in een pak te komen, dat is eigenlijk... Ik had nooit gedacht wat voor een impact dat zou hebben in onze maatschappij, nooit. zijn ook niet de vaste mensen die hier staan.
So after Bart, our undertaker, with the help of some of the employees here of the mortuary, lifted the body, which was already wrapped in a big nylon bag of some kind. After they lifted it into a coffin, he's now sealed it shut with screws, and that will be the last time anyone ever sees that body. Bart told us that in this particular instance of this person who died, no one came to visit them in the hospital because all of their family is also suffering from COVID-19.
Wat dat er momenteel gaande is, je ziet ook aan het sterftecijfer, mensen die sterven aan COVID. Ja, dat is zeker niet overdreven. Dus ja, het is niet te geloven dat wij eigenlijk in één keer het land zijn waar dan de meeste aantal COVID zijn. Komt het heel dicht bij u. En als je ziet naar het aantal COVID-besmettingen en het aantal mensen die sterven aan COVID, ja, ziet het er niet goed uit. Dus